Yo, we are back. This is the 5 on 5 podcast. I am Phenom to my right, Jupiter Williams. Right below me, Neek the Freak. Come live from Las Vegas, Nevada. And across the street from him, also in Vegas, make some noise for SpydaTek, yo.
Gotta give it Griselda. Boom, 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 boom.
You know?
Yo, what's good, Tech? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. Just chilling right now.
I caught you on the Road podcast the other night. I don't know if these guys caught it. Yo, that was super dope. Diplo, they did Diplo versus Armand Van Helden.
Yeah.
And it was much closer than the young people would say.
Right.
I think the young people were like, "Oh, Diplo's just gonna come in and just swoop this," and then the old heads are like, "All right, Armand." It turned out to be pretty fucking close.
Yeah, for sure. The old heads hold a lot of nostalgia for the older joints. The older joints have a lot more staying power than a lot of the recent current stuff.
Hell yeah, that shit was super dope. Well, this is a
fun,
5 on 5. This is a 5 on 5 podcast. What we do every week is we pair two artists head to head. I know who the artists are this week. None of these guys know.
Okay.
So you're going to get their top 5 songs on Spotify, and you have to choose person A or person B. It's 5 rounds long.
Okay.
This week, gentlemen, we are taking it back to the 90s. I wore my Wolfpack shirt. We're looking at late 90s, actually. Ooh. We were all around. We were all watching music videos. So here's 2 of the best to ever make music videos.
See, that's why I got my Rockefeller do-rag on right now. Just for this.
Actually, you know what? I guess I timed it right because I just wore my New York shirt. So
see, let's go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This week, gentlemen, Missy Elliot versus Busta Rhymes.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's great.
It's not going to be fun, but
ain't that some bullshit?
Anyway.
That sucks. That sucks.
They were both on that Violators album too. Remember that Violators album?
Yep. That's true. This is an interesting one. So we're going to start off with round 1 here. Both of these artists don't have their original songs at their number 1 most popular, but we're going to go with it anyways. Missy's got Lizzo, Tempo. And Busta Rhymes got Pussycat Dolls, Don't Ya?
That's funny.
Oh, man. Was Don't Ya a remix?
Yeah.
Busta?
Yeah.
So I thought.
Yep.
And I gotta go with Tempo. I gotta go Tempo simply because it was good to see Lizzo pay homage to Missy in the way that she did.
I agree with that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. What do you guys got?
I'm going to go with Pussycat Dolls. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really care for either of these songs.
Facts.
But my MySpace, like my headliner, was "Don't you wish your boyfriend had pull like me?" So, Pussycat Dolls.
I like it.
Yo, Tech, what are you thinking?
Busta, the Don't You remix.
Wait a minute, was Don't Ya was that a cover?
No, that was a song. That was just the original song.
This is the original song. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean that Busta verse on there,
Busta verse was fired up.
It's very, very strange that we're starting off with 2 songs from other artists.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I don't get to vote this week since it was my pick, but I'm gonna go Tempo. That beat is so fucking cold. That beat is just bananas. I'm going with that. All right, Busta took that one. Second round.
Did Busta take it or did Pussycat Dolls take that one?
Pussycat Dolls take that.
Pussycat Dolls.
I mean, but Busta took it just because of the verse. I mean, I'm sure.
Fair.
True.
I'm sure if it was a whack Busta verse, we'd have been like, nah.
No, that is fair. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
for
fair.
sure.
I'm with that.
That's fair. MySpace took that round. Shout out to MySpace. MySpace took that. Yo, round two. They're not really gonna get much easier from here. Missy Elliott, "Work It" versus Busta Rhymes, "Break Your Neck."
Oh, Breaking Neck was produced by Dr. Dre. I gotta go with Breaking Neck. That's a Dr. Dre production.
I'm gonna go with "Work It." Like that's just classic all around. That's just classic all around.
I know too.
Neek, the tiebreaker.
Work It. I mean, I'm going. No.
Oh, shit.
Break your neck. Break your neck.
Why? Okay,
sure,
why?
break your neck.
Why?
Busta Rhymes, "Break Your Neck." I feel like that was like there was like a long pause in his career, and "Break Your Neck" was kind of when he came back.
He did
and
come back
it's
hard,
just it's
man.
like it's
hard,
one of those things
man.
where it like lets you know that like extinction level event is over.
Yeah.
And now, like, coming into the 2000s, Busta Rhymes is still – because, you know, a lot of people have a hard time transitioning over, like, decade. He still was very much, like, the sound is raw, it's still aggressive, and it's still, like, palatable. I love Break Your Neck. I want to break someone's neck when I hear Break Your Neck.
I want to say, like, Hype Williams.
Up.
I want to say, like, Hype Williams directed that video because – that video was like letterbox and it was like a red and black video.
I mean,
dude, that shit is crazy.
I mean, Hype Williams was doing everybody's video back then.
Yeah.
You were a scrub if you didn't have a Hype Williams.
Really though.
Yeah.
As soon as you turn on MTV, you're like, oh, all right, let's go. All right, fucking Hype again. Okay, that one's gonna go to Busta as Busta, not Busta with the Pussycat Dolls.
Here we go.
Round three, gentlemen. This is weird. "Get Your Freak On" versus "I Know What You Want." That's the joint with Mariah Carey.
Get your freak on. Come on.
Yeah?
Get your freak on.
Yeah?
Get your freak on.
Get your freak
like, you know why? Okay. At this point in time, our ears, we're so accustomed to different shit. Our ears will probably beat the hell off of that fucking beat. But at the time, when that shit came out, nothing in the world sounded like that shit.
Right.
Nothing.
I still think it's ahead of its time, for sure. I mean, like, if you put that on now, somebody would be like, yo, did the aliens make this? This is a crazy-ass beat.
For real.
That's just something you hear.
What I also love about "Get Your Freak On" is, you remember Bubba Sparks?
Yeah, the ugly. Yeah.
And then
at the end.
Yeah. Woo.
That's right. Yeah.
Hard. Yeah.
Yo, "Get Your Freak On" was tight. Missy Elliott was so – that's like – I love early Missy Elliott, like first two. But that era might be my favorite.
A remix
like 2001, 2002. With
so cool.
With what? It was Nelly Furtado on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Nelly Furtado joint. Yeah.
And Timberland Magoo were like kind of in the same like it was sick.
Yeah, man, that was my shit.
Relevant.
That was just a dope time for music across the board.
Wow.
Like early 2000s, because everyone had the video to match. The production budgets were just through the roof, so you could.
I was gonna say everybody
had
money to go crazy.
I got a lion. I have 75 dancers in the video that are all wearing the same fucking outfit.
Right.
Like
I got the
Mason Diddy.
same CGI guy who did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Mason Diddy in Vegas for "Feel So Good." Like that's another one where you're just like the budgets were endless. Everybody was covering everything, sampling everything, and it was just like the Wild West, man. Yeah. There was no lawsuits or anything. Nowadays, if you had those songs, you'd be spending so much money for the sample.
Yeah.
And that
was a dope
track
time
with Mariah Carey. Just at the time, I just remember when it happened, I was like, I'm not in.
You know what? For me at that time, that song was mid as fuck to me. Like I didn't like it. Like I like it more now than I did then.
I wonder. Yeah, same. Is that nostalgia? Is that just like me? Like, oh, what a better time. Like, because I know at the time I wasn't fucking with it.
Could be, but this was also around the time when it was like now you started seeing the good girl R&B acts getting with the hip hop acts. It was always the harder R&B acts that were getting with the hip hop, like the Mary J. Blige getting with. Not really,
because like you had like groups like like Allure with like Nas, Head Over Heels back in that was like 96.
True,
like 96, 97.
But Allure was more on what they would call the urban.
Yeah.
Right. Where
I can see what
pop.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like the super clean. What it was is I didn't like the clean productions that was coming out of the R&B and hip hop songs at that time. I liked my hip hop a little bit more rugged, a little bit more not as mixed.
I never really was a big fan of like too much R&B, but the stuff that really got me listening to R&B was like the Timberland shit that he did for Genuine and like A. Marie, you know?
Yeah.
You know, those shits hit like hip hop.
Yeah.
Hypothetical question. Busta comes to Mariah for a track today. Are they working together or no fucking chance?
For sure.
Yeah, I think they're doing it. Working
together.
Yeah. I think that would be a good look for both of them.
Agreed.
What was Busta's most recent single? Was it "Look at Me Now" or did he have something after that?
He had something after that for sure, but I can't even remember.
I know he did. I'm trying to think if he did something after the Q-Tip thing.
Yeah,
I'm a bad Busta Rhymes fan. Like,
you know what's funny is I'll go to bat for him being like one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And like after the Q-Tip project, I don't really
it's
know.
A little murky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but like, you know, like Becoming, ELE, Anarchy, even Genesis, you know, all those albums, like even the features during that time, like crazy. But like
the Busta Rhymes feature era where he would jump on a remix and just body everybody.
Yeah.
Man,
that was great.
I was hearing stories too that he would just show up to studios and people would just have packs waiting for him, and he would just get on every single song and just spit, and if you liked it, he'll send you an invoice. Like, all right, go ahead and
wow.
But he would just get on every single song that was out and just be able to like, okay, this is available. If you want it, invoice.
That's funny because on Twitter I see a lot of DJs saying when Busta comes into the club, that's what he'll do. He'll just take over the booth and he'll be like, yo, run 25 of my songs. I'm going to scream on the mic. I'm just going to be a massive dude.
I've seen him. I've seen him do that.
That's crazy.
I think that'd be pretty fucking dope. I know a lot of people are like, I don't want Busta like hijacking my set. I want to do my thing, whatever. I'd be like, go ahead, man.
I think, honestly, it depends on the artist. You know, Busta, I would be like, hell yeah, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
But then Blueface come through.
Yo, you're in the booth clapping to the beat to help him out. You're like, ready? Go. Start rapping. Yo, they'll be letting the CO2 off like super early based upon his verse, not matching up with the song. You'd be like, yo, hold on the confetti, my man. Hold on. He's still getting his reins here. Hold up.
Oh, Lord.
His reins.
Yo. Round four, gentlemen. Lose control or put your hands where my eyes can see.
Oh,
put your hands where my eyes can see.
Put your hand. Come on, man. That beat.
That beat.
And then the Coming to America music video?
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep. That's Seals and Croft flip. That put your hands where my eyes can see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They didn't do much to it. They beefed the fuck up out of it and basically took that sample and just wrote it the whole way through.
I mean, that's
perfect 90s hip hop
versus Cybertron. Nah.
Right. Exactly.
Nah. Nope.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Busta wins that one.
Yeah.
Put your hands where my eyes can see. I'm going with Busta, but Missy Elliott was top too, man. Fat Man Scoop had me hyped.
True.
And Sierra was on that too. Yeah.
She was.
Actually, I do like.
I just in my head, I thought of the Sierra verse and laughed.
He was like, yeah.
Any
was.
rap, any rap verse that starts with "My name is," I'm like, my eyes roll so far back that they come back and go. It's how I imagine my English teacher would have rapped or something.
I wonder
who wrote that verse. It's such a like. It's one of those songs that you know is like a manufactured pop hit, but you're still
Missy wrote that. Come on now.
Missy, Missy for sure. She was like, yo, hop in the booth, here's your verse.
that verse that Sierra spit was so old school. That had to be a Missy written verse. She likes referencing the old school, verses and shit.
Bro.
Yeah.
That was the verse that Missy wrote for Teddy Riley for Homestaker remix, man.
You could have got anyone.
The Teddy Riley.
You could have.
Man. Neek, you're going with "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See"?
Takes that one easy. Yeah, Busta's a sweep on that one.
Yeah.
That's a sweep. All right. Round 5, gentlemen. New Missy Elliott, "Cool Off," or Busta Rhymes, "Give Me Some More"?
Oh, man. I like that.
Give me some more.
A lot, man. That cool
I'm gonna go with "Give Me Some More," man. Like, between the lyrics and the beat, like, I like the Missy "Cool Off," but I like the beat more than I like what Missy did. I was expecting more from her than that.
Is "Give Me Some More" where it started? Because that's a Neptune song, right?
Nah, that's a Psycho sample.
Okay.
DJ Scratch did that.
Damn, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of "Light Your Ass on Fire." That's what I'm thinking of right now. Okay.
Yeah. "Give Me Some More" is crazy.
Just that beat. That beat still goes hard. I mean, that was like what, like 98, 99?
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
That video with him on the big wheel?
Yeah, Hype Williams.
Hype Williams.
That's another one of those videos, man. That's another one of those songs, man. I don't know what it is about early Busta Rhymes. Even like later, Busta Rhymes just incites violence in me. Like, gets me hype.
Yeah.
I just want to practice slapping people. Like,
that's his albums. I mean, if you listen to Busta Rhymes' album, that's all his shit.
That's all it is. It's
but
like Sean Price.
I remember when I started getting like the albums, because at the time, like my mom's and my grandmother, they would only get me like the singles, and and they would get me the shit from like where was the store where they only sold the clean versions of the shit?
Sam Goody.
No, it wasn't Sam Goody. I think it was like Target or
Walmart.
Walmart
versions.
Walmart.
All of them.
So the only time I would get clean albums was from when they would get it from there. So I got like Rough Riders, Busta Rhymes, and and I would just enjoy it. And then later on, when I listened to like the actual versions, Busta Rhymes is going ham. Like, I was just like, it was crazy, man.
Yo, whoever was in the lab that had to censor that shit was dragging the waveform out real big because Busta was rapping super fast. They're like,
yeah, yo, you gotta really stretch that out.
Yo, fuck that job.
I just had to replay the beginning of the video. I love the beginning of the video when the kid's like, I felt my head. What happened? I bumped my head.
Yeah.
And then you turn into a little monster shit.
Style. Love that.
Yo. So that means you're going to flip it on him. Yeah, dude. That one is crazy. That's easily.
Yeah.
That shit is so dope. All right. Well, that was kind of close.
No, that was a good one, though, because it was two very, very stupid creatives in hip-hop that are not afraid to go left. And when they do go left, everybody rocks with them, though. You know what I mean?
It works.
Yeah.
Is there any songs you guys were surprised were not on there?
Super Duper Fly.
Super Duper Fly.
The Rain. Ooh,
the rain.
Touch it. Touch it.
Touch it. Yeah. Yeah. What about Pastor Cavassier? Is that worthy of being in there?
Part 2, yeah. For damn
Part
sure.
2? Yeah.
It's a great song, but I don't know about top 5. It's a solid song. I don't know if I'd put that in the top 5.
You want to put it in the top 5?
I feel like a top 10.
Top 10.
Part two is like top 20. Like not for me personally, but just like Spotify wise, like
Yeah.
Would you put that over the Pussycat Dolls?
oh yeah. I can't. Now that you say that, I'm so surprised that that's number one. Actually, that's what I'm surprised at. I'm surprised that that's such a random song to be number one.
Yeah, and it's not. I don't know how. I think Spotify just does it off popularity, obviously, because it's not the most played, but it's number one on there. If you type in Busta Rhymes, be like, "Hey, I'm not from this planet. I've heard about this guy Busta Rhymes." That's the first song they're going to take you to.
Because it's a pop song.
Yeah.
Is it a TikTok song? Like, why is that most recent? That's so weird.
Look at me.
Because pop, man.
Something had to happen to make that number one recently, because like what we've figured out with Spotify is that it's like it's not first play, it's like most plays, it's like most recent plays.
Yeah.
So like, why are so many people listening to that song right now? That's
was it me listening to it on repeat? Was it
it was you.
It's
your fault. You had it on repeat for all week. Just to
I'm like, I'm gonna get these guys. You
know what? I'm gonna take a look at this shit right now. Actually,
I kind of wish Annie.
Yeah. Okay. Busta Rhymes.
What'd you say, Travis?
I said I kind of wish that Annie Up was on there.
Annie Up.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. Busta Rhymes. MOP now.
Yeah.
Man. That was
Busta Rhymes, bro. Doesn't get enough GOAT talk.
He doesn't, because he
doesn't get enough mention because he's alive.
Hip hop, like he's.
What about Thank You with Kanye and Q-Tip? I want to thank you.
Yeah,
man.
Hey, what about Check the Scenario?
Yeah, Scenario.
Yeah.
Scenario remix. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Scenario remix should be on there.
Yeah.
There's that's crazy. I'm looking at Busta Rhymes' Spotify right now, and there's so many releases that I was like, that came out. What is that?
There's so much. Him and who else is like? Redman is like that too. Just like tons of shit I've never even thought of, like never knew.
What about the track with Janet Jackson? That Busta Rhymes and Janet.
What's
Jackson
it gonna be?
Song.
Come on.
Yeah.
That should be up there.
And he was Raindrops.
Yeah.
There's so many Busta Rhymes songs.
Light Your Ass on Fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Light Your Ass on Fire.
Or What It Is with Khalees. Busta, What It Is right now.
Yeah.
That's such a banger.
Dude.
Such a banger.
What about
obviously.
I feel like that song doesn't get enough love. What It Is right now?
No, it doesn't. What about That's My Bitch?
Oh, the other one with Khalees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I Am. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That one was better.
I really forgot about that song. I honestly forgot about that one.
Dude, if they release like a Busta Rhymes greatest hit, it's gonna be like a 4-disc. Like if it was a CD.
Angry music. Music for the club. Music for women. Busta Rhymes.
For real, man. This is crazy.
I like to go back a couple weeks and hit you with some rapid fire tech, some previous episodes. First thing that comes to mind, we need a this or a that. NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
NSYNC.
Al Green or Marvin Gaye?
Well, fuck. That's a fucked up question. Because, Al Green has hits. Marvin Gaye has hits, but you know what? Why it's hard for me to choose? Because of the fucking Trouble Man soundtrack. That shit is like essential Marvin.
Yeah.
So, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I have to choose?
No, you can pass.
I can pass. Pass that, man. Fuck that. Pass.
They're not going to get much easier. TLC or SWV?
That's some bullshit.
and you already used your pass, so you can no longer pass.
Yeah.
Damn. It's like a fucked up version of Pandora. Shit. SWV.
Okay. Tupac or Biggie?
you know what? I'm gonna say Biggie, just because Biggie had better production to me.
He did.
Pac had dope lyrics. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, he's like second place with Nas as far as beats go. You know.
I agree with that notion. That's
yeah. That's gonna be viewed as a hot take. I don't think it is, but we're gonna run with it anyway.
Yeah,
man.
I'm just being real, man. I love lyrics, man, but like the first thing I listen to when I hear a song is a beat. If that beat catches me, I'm in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Second go round, I'm listening to the lyrics, but the first thing I'm checking for is a beat every time. Like it's the producer part of me and it's the DJ part of me. Like the beat has to knock, man.
Yeah.
Totally. Madonna or Britney Spears?
Madonna.
Yeah.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
That's like night and day.
It is.
Like Michael Jackson's the daytime, Prince is a nighttime, like for sure. But
Prince has daytime songs though too.
He got mad nighttime shit. I'm gonna have to go with Prince just because of everything, you know, like the different, like I'll say late 70s to the early to mid 80s, and then from like the late 80s to like early 90s Prince it's just so crazy, the range of sounds and all the different you know, moods he went through. Like it's so crazy listening to him.
Totally.
And I'm only saying that shit just because recently, like I went, you know, during this whole pandemic, I have a bunch of Prince records that, you know, I mean, how much time do you really spend listening to records at your house, you know, when you're busy and shit? Now you have the time to do that. So I've been listening to a bunch of stuff, and like one album that I really, really got, like, I was just like, oh shit, I really didn't pay attention to this album's fucking great. It's the Sign of Times album.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
That album is amazing, and I feel like it does not get enough love.
Crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's
so yeah, Prince.
Very good album.
Mariah or Whitney?
Whitney.
and last but not least, Outkast or Hall & Oates?
That's a surprisingly hard. That's a hard one. That's a hard question right there.
Hey, but hold on. Before you decide though. No. Hold on. I'm gonna let you decide, and then I'm gonna tell you something. Go ahead.
Okay. He said, "I'm gonna let you decide, then tell you why you're wrong." He doesn't even know why. He doesn't even know who you're gonna pick.
I'm not gonna tell him he's wrong.
No, I'm actually really intrigued what you got to say right now.
He Kanye'd you, man. He was like, hold on, I'll let you finish.
I sure did. I jacked the mic. So I'm gonna let you finish. So
now, whatever it is, whatever it's gonna be, Travis could be like, "Hey, I was in the studio with Outkast." You'd be like, "Man, you hyped that up too much. You hyped it up too much."
Yeah, nothing's gonna not enough.
Yo, this is the Outkast that we was picking from. Now, we were picking from Miss Jackson, Hey Ya, Roses, So Fresh and So Clean, and Rosa Parks.
Those are complete opposite Outkast records that sways me towards Outkast's way.
Right.
But if I had to choose those, I'd probably say Hall & Oates.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a fair. I see where you were going. I see why you wanted to tell him that before he made his decision.
Right.
I can actually, I understand it.
Were you going to say Outkast before?
I was going to say Outkast before just because my mind goes in a whole different direction. Yeah, but based off of those picks, Hall & Oates for sure.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man.
Otto, what are you up to now? What are you up to? Where can we find you?
Oh, you could find me at SpydaTekZilla on Instagram. SpydaTekZilla also on Twitch. I do Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Wednesdays and Sundays are my whatever days, and that's pretty much me playing whatever I feel like, whatever mood that strikes me. I could play, like some 2000s emo rock. I could probably play some, do a whole cumbia set. It's just random stuff. And then Fridays are my globalization sessions. Fridays where I play like a bunch of moombahton, global bass, things like that. It's basically an accompaniment of my radio show on Sirius XM, also named Globalization Sessions, which airs on Mondays at 8 o'clock p.m. on Pitbull's Globalization Channel 13.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for being with us, man, as always. SpydaTek.
Thank you, guys.
Legend. Before we let you go, any guilty pleasure songs right now where you're like, yo, I can't get rid of this song?
Man. I just played this party the other night. DJ Lazy Boy, he invited me to play this party that he has
that's the homie.
Yeah, called Hella Cheese, and it's like
Hella Cheese.
Yeah, and you're just playing a bunch of guilty pleasure shit. And man, there were so many. I would definitely have to go right now just because, that song pops up every once in a while, every few years in my head, and it's so good. Even though at the time you couldn't pay me to play that shit around my homies. But Kylie Minogue, Can't Get You Out of My Head.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm with it.
And that just blew up again on Twitter recently. And I feel like a lot of people, the younger generation, are definitely hearing that for the first time.
Yeah.
Like recently. And that's another one of those I would file with Missy. Where it sounds like it came out in 10 years, 20 years from now, That's some space disco shit right there.
Yeah.
Seriously. It sounds so great.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for being with us, man. This is the 5 on 5 podcast. We'll be back next week with a surprise guest. Whose pick is it next week?
Neek.
I think I'm up.
All right. Neek is up next week. All right, y'all. Take care. SpydaTek, thanks for rocking with us, man.
Yep.
Later, man.
Yep.
Later, y'all.
Peace. Thanks for having me.
Peace.